Hey everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from tonight. Tonight, we are going to be talking about something that doesn't get highlighted enough in this business, and that's the early wins, the small moments that show you that this might actually work, and the lessons that came with them. Because let's be honest, sometimes the lesson you learn in the beginning is actually more valuable than the money you earn from it. So, what we're going to be doing tonight, I'm going to ask each person two questions that really help build belief, not just for you watching, but for anyone who's thinking about starting something new and wondering if they can do it too. So, I'm going to start with Joycelyn here. I'm going to ask you question number one. What was the first small win when you got started? Something that made you feel like, okay, maybe this can work.
All right. So thank you for that question. For those of you who don't know me, and if this is your first time seeing this group, my name is Joyce Glenn. I'm a registered nurse. I live in the USA. I'm a mom to two boys. And in addition to being a very busy nurse, I am also running my own digital business. So, before I started this business, and I've talked about this too in the past where I felt restless. I felt like I needed to do something. I felt stuck. I feel like there has to be more than just work, right? So after reading a financial book and realizing the next big step was to have a business, I started, doing my own research and I landed on my mentor's page. And so I went to her business page, Facebook business page, and I saw her followers. And that to me was, oh, wow. She had about 3,000 people, I think, following her. And I'm like, this is amazing. So fast forward, I start this business and I have 26,000 people following me. And I'm like, yes, yes, I have arrived. So more than money, that alone indicates to me that I'm getting there.
Great. Yeah. That's such a good point, because most people think that their first win has to be a big commission or some kind of huge breakthrough, but a lot of times it's just the confidence, realizing that you can do something new and you're learning, and that, having those 26,000 followers, that was something big to you, so great. And so I'm going to go with Alan here next. So the same question for you. What was your very first small win when you got started, and what was something that made you feel like, okay, maybe this can work for me?
Yeah, before I gonna explain my part, for those for the new for the new watching right now, my name is Alan. Originally from Philippines and currently living here in Ontario, Canada, and I'm working as a full-time industrial electrician, and I am also a business owner. Regarding about the question is, I heard Beth you mentioned about and Joyce about the commission. Yeah, my first small win wasn't even a big. It's not a big commission. It was when I made my first online income, and I realized that someone I didn't personally know that I trusted, and then the process enough to say yes. Then I remember thinking that wait, this is real,
Uh,
and this is actually works. So it wasn't about the amount. Yeah, it always say that this is not always the amount. It was about the proof that as a busy parent, just like me or anyone else in our business, that we can build something in our side. So I didn't have to stay stuck in the same routine, and the small win give me a belief that I can change everything or I can change my life in the future. That's
that's
it.
great, Alan. Yeah, that's great. So now, Antoinette, I'm going to ask you the same question. So, what was your very first small win when you got started, and what was something that made you feel like, okay, maybe this can work for me?
Oh my God, yeah. Um, for those that don't know me, my name is Antoinette D. I'm a registered nurse. I'm a mom. Um, I own a traditional business. So when I started this business, because if you don't like owning my traditional business, almost felt like I had another job because it was taking out so much of my time, both I and my husband. So I was looking for something that was, flexible, something that I could do online, something that did not require me to take away any more of my time that I've already stretched from working as a nurse, working extra hours and everything. So when I started this business, everything, started the process and everything. It didn't hit me until that day. I still remember that day. It was July 28th. When my website was up and I got that notification that your funnel is ready, it's up, you're open for business. Oh my God. I was so excited and nervous at the same time. I remember calling my coach. I was like, oh my God, I'm excited, I'm nervous. My website is up. I'm open for business. I'm ready to go. Because coming from a background where I didn't have any experience in the online business or anything like that, and then I'm here starting this online business and everything is there. My website is up. I'm ready to launch. And I was so excited. And that day was when I launched I did my launch post on Facebook, on my personal page, on my business page. And everybody was just like, what? You were doing an online business? Everybody was testing me and reaching out to me. I was so excited. So that to me was a big win because it was not about the money of me getting like a big check or anything like that. Just the fact that I got off my comfort zone and did something for myself, you know, and it actually came to reality. I could see it. I could see my website. I could see my picture there, see all my information there. And it just brought me so much, I can't even explain the feeling that I had that day. It was just a mix of emotions going on with me that day. So that for me was a big win for me. A small
Yeah.
win and a big win.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, because I kind of felt the same way. Having that website go up, was just kind of neat. So I'm going to go with the same order that we were going in here, and I'm going to ask question number 2 to Joycelyn. So in looking back now, what lesson did you learn from the moment that actually mattered more than money?
Ooh. So I would say that, that feeling that I had prior to starting the business, that feeling of that's feeling stuck, feeling like I needed more. You've been here so many years. You've been working. There's more to life than that. That feeling, I now understand why I had that feeling having started a business, because now I've been introduced to reading financial books. I've been introduced to a mindset shift that enables me see things differently. Because honestly, if you don't take care and if you don't have a mindset shift, you would be stuck in doing the same things over and over, and that is what is called the comfort zone, because there's no growth that happens in the comfort zone. You are It's natural. You just do the same thing over and over and over. You get up, you go to work, you come home, get up, go to work, you come home. But if there's a disruption, if you decide that, you know what, Bill Gates has 24 hours just like I have. If something is gonna happen, if something is gonna change, maybe I need to look at things in a different way. Build whilst I still have a steady income. Build freedom. Build a business on the side as I have a steady income, so that at some point in life, it might not be now, but you are laying a future where if you need it, you already have started legacy that you can give to your family. And so everything makes sense now. Everything makes it like that agitation, that feeling that you needed more, it was warranted this whole time. So, like all of you have said, sometimes it's not about the money, it's about getting out of your comfort zone so you can learn what you need to learn in order to build a legacy or achieve whatever goal you have, because we are always made for more.
Yes. So, I mean, that's something to be proud of, to learn all those lessons and everything that we've been learning through this business. it's great. It's not just about the money. It's your, like you said, your mindset and everything that comes with that, all the benefits you're getting from this business. So now, Alan, I'm going to ask you question number 2. So, and looking back now, what lesson did you learn from that moment that actually mattered more than money?
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, speaking about lesson, there's a lot that I learned about this business. Maybe I can say right now, or anyone who else is watching, that I can say that why I never know this business before maybe 5 years ago, before the pandemic happens, and even tonight, before we were having dinner with my wife, she shared something about what's happening in their work, that there's a bad news, they're having a meeting that they're gonna cut off some time, some workers were gonna be laid off maybe in the following weeks, and hopefully my wife is not part of it. But what if we don't have plan B? So I'm so very grateful that I started working and building my plan B, and also it was give me it's like a transformation for myself. I'm having a confidence and consistency, being always show up in the business, and the first small win that we asked earlier is the result to follow in my action. That nobody can, but everyone can start, even you're not perfect, even you're not talented, or just only consistent action. Just follow whatever the instruction gonna told you, and been being coachable, and the community will always give the support 24/7. And I don't rely about the money, because the money it will come and go, but the belief and the discipline is the right environment for me, mostly in the community.
That's good.
And that's as a build long-term legacy that I'm working right now.
Yeah, that's a very powerful reminder, that growth usually shows up quietly at first, and it's not always loud and obvious, but those early lessons shape how you show up long term in your business. So that's great. So now back to Antoinette, I'm going to ask you the second question here. So, and looking back now, what lesson did you learn from that moment that actually mattered more than money?
Looking back now, one of the biggest lessons that I've learned is do it afraid. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to know every single thing before you embark on something that could change your life. When I started this journey, like I said, I have said it numerous times, I had no experience online in the online space, but I bet on myself. I saw a system that works, that's been proven, and I decided to bet on myself. You don't have to have all the questions answers. You don't have to know every single thing. Consistency will always beat confidence. As you grow, as you get into the business, as you start the process, you're going to learn as you go. You're going to grow as you go. I've grown so much over the past 7 months that I've been in this business. I've grown so much in all different aspects of my life. Like, I didn't sit there and wait. Don't sit and wait for someone to rescue you. Nobody's going to rescue you. You are your biggest cheerleader. If you don't take the leap of action and take that action today, while you're afraid, while you are unsure, nobody's going to take it for you. You have to be the one to take that action. You have to do it afraid. You can't wait until you have everything lined up and everything figured out, all your questions answered before you move forward to do something. You just have to do it. You just have to do it. Do it afraid.
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely relate to that, because even while working my full-time job, just using the little pockets of time, is what helped me create those early wins that eventually led me to my third milestone here recently in the business. So, it wasn't overnight. It was consistent action, learning from my mistakes, and staying plugged into the system, even when I didn't feel confident yet. So, if you guys are watching this and you're in that beginning stage right now, don't underestimate the small wins. They usually show up before the big ones. And then if you're catching this on the replay and you've been thinking about starting something and you're not sure where to begin, or maybe you just want to see what a structured system and trading support actually looks like, feel free to reach out to any one of us here. We're always open to share more information with anyone who's curious and wants to learn more and at their own pace. So thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight, and good evening, and have a great night, everyone. Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.